Hi, I'm Arnav, and I'm here to talk about the World Cup final, India versus Australia. First of all, it is heartbreaking, but credit goes to Australia. They just know how to win the final, you know. They just know how to do that, even when they are not dominating world cricket. Clearly, India is the most dominant team in the present world cricket. India is clearly the most dominant team, but the difference between the dominant Indian side and the dominant Australian side back in 2003 2007 is that Australian team always knew how to win the major tournaments, you know, World Cups. They always knew how to win World Cups. And this team, it started with Virat Kohli as captain. Now, since few years, Rohit Sharma has been the captain, a couple of years, and India has played well, but just didn't win a single ICC tournament. We have 3 tournaments: the Test, ODI, and T20, and we have failed every time in the knockout stages. Since 2013, when India won the Champions Trophy under MS Dhoni, since that tournament, since that ICC, tournament victory, India have been to 5 finals. Champions Trophy 2017, World T20 2014, 2 back-to-back Test Championship finals, and the 50-over World Cup final that happened yesterday, and we lost again. 5 finals, and all the 5 times we lost in a one-sided way, in a one-sided fashion. The team that won against us dominated the final. But this time it wasn't supposed to be like that, isn't it? This time we were supposed to dominate, because prior to this game, prior to the final, India dominated 10 games. Chasing, defending, we won. We were equally good. But what went wrong? I guess the difference is the winning mentality, clearly, that Australia has and we don't. It's the same winning mentality, or in basketball words, the Mamba mentality. If you're a Kobe Bryant fan, 5 championships and then gold with the Team USA. So, the Redeem Team. And then you talk about Michael Jordan, 6 championships with Chicago Bulls, and then the American Dream Team, gold medal back in Barcelona Olympics in 1992. So that's the difference, And in cricket, you talk about Ricky Ponting, you got Clive Lloyd, most dominant captain in World Cup history, Like, that is domination. That is the domination we talk about. I'm talking about. That's the domination, If you are the most dominant team, if you're the captain of the most dominant team, you know how to win major tournaments. World Cup. With West Indies, Clive Lloyd as captain won 2 World Cups. Ricky Ponting won 2 World Cups with Australia, 2003, 2007. As player, Ricky Ponting has been part of 3 World Cups, 1999, 2003, 2007. Only players in cricket World Cup history who have won 3 World Cups. Besides Ricky Ponting, there has been Adam Gilchrist and Glenn Magra. Only Australians can do that, at least in men's cricket. But we can only love the game. We can have great players in our team. Like since the time of Sunil Gavaskar, the greatest batsman. Every generation India produced the greatest batsman, the greatest batter of the generation. You know, you talk about Sunil Gavaskar. After Sunil Gavaskar's era ended, Sachin Tendulkar came. Sachin Tendulkar's era ended. You have Virat Kohli. We have Virat Kohli, right? The greatest batsman, the greatest batter of our generation, and even can be considered as the greatest of all time, arguably. But every time we just fail to win World Cups. Yes, Sunil Gavaskar won the World Cup. He was part of the 1983 World Cup team. Virat Kohli was part of the 2011 World Cup team. But yeah, you can say that under MS Dhoni, we dominated world cricket. But it was a brief time. It may not be that brief. From 2007 to 2013. But that's it. We love the game so much. We want to dominate the game like Australia. Think about Australia. Australia started winning the World Cup back in 1987. But then the dynasty of domination of Australian cricket started in 1999. They won back-to-back 3 World Cups. How about India do that? We don't do that. Why can't we do that? See, that's the difference, the winning mentality. That is the thing. That's what differentiates India and Australia. Australia always knows how to win the final. They just know how to win the final. They always figure out a way. But India can't. That's the thing. That's the gist of what I'm going to say. But I just also want to say that I feel sad for great players like Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. They just can't win a World Cup together, it seems. Rohit Sharma won the World Cup, T20 World Cup in 2007. Virat Kohli won the 50 over World Cup in 2011, but they haven't. They have won the Champions Trophy together in 2013, but they have not won a World Cup, a 50 over World Cup or a T20 World Cup together. And it's just sad, And looking at their age, they may not get another chance to win a World Cup. It's just sad. They kind of remind me of the great Brazilian footballers, Zico, Socrates. It was a great generation of Brazilian football back in the 1980s when Brazil was really Brazil has always been the most they made the game so beautiful, right? It's the game of soccer, football. They made the game what it is. But in 80s, Zico, Socrates, such great players, but they could not win a World Cup together. Back in the 80s, it was the time of Maradona, Diego Armando Maradona. Brazil had no chance. In 82, Brazil lost to Italy. Paolo Rossi's Italy. And 86, it was meant to be the World Cup was meant to be for Maradona, for Argentina. Dream World Cup for Argentina fans and for Maradona fans. 1986. And in 1990, again Maradona led the team to the finals, but lost to West Germany. The same team they beat in the 1986 World Cup final. But for Brazil had to wait for 24 years since Pele's 1970 Brazil team won the World Cup in 1970. Since then, Brazil had to wait 24 years to win their fourth World Cup, which was in 1984 which was with Romario and Bebeto. But it kind of feels like the same thing is going to happen or may not happen. I don't know how long we will have to wait for the next World Cup victory. I just don't know. Even next year, there is the T20 World Cup. Will we win it? The way things are going since the last 10 years, it is just not promising. Even when India will play, will reach the knockout stage, even then, we just should not be like, there's no guarantee, there is no certainty that we will win. Even when we are in the finals, it's just so sad. Every time it is just a heartbreak. But will we stop supporting our team? Never. We will always support our national team. But when will the national team give us the joy, happiness that we have been looking for so long? That is the question, and only time can answer the question, so we'll see.